America, we are back, baby. Welcome to another episode of America Unfiltered. We got a great show for you guys tonight. I have one major topic I want to talk about today, and it's going to be a fun one. Oh, this is going to be a great one. Yesterday, Nick Fuentes finally decided to give some kind words about James Fishback. This is something that I expected. I'd actually been tweeting about it because a lot of the people on the America First side were very iffy about this guy, and I don't blame them. We're not writing blank checks of support to any politician. We need to vet all these politicians, and it's rare that you have a politician who puts forth a completely America First campaign. That's what James Fishback has been doing. As a lot of you guys know, I've met him. I actually really like him. I think he will win the governor's race in Florida, and I should have an interview coming up with him just next week. But yesterday, James Fishback decided to make a major announcement, and he has been going back and forth on social media with some sluts about this. He's been arguing with these sluts on social media. And the decision he made was that OnlyFans women, OnlyFans people in general, not just the women, but anyone who is doing OnlyFans in Florida, will be taxed at 50%. I mean, this is based as shit. This is fucking awesome. So today we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about James Fishback and his decision to tax OnlyFans whores at 50%. We will also talk about what more I think he should add to it. I honestly think he should add a tax to the buyers as well. A 50% tax to the buyers, maybe even 60%. And this money can go towards schools, towards teachers, to help things. Not only will it disincentivize people to not use the platform, but if they end up using it, it will at least go to some good. Because I'm going to explain to you not only the dangers of pornography and OnlyFans itself, but what you're actually funding with that. And I have a video actually from one of my viewers that he made that's been popping off on Instagram. So when I show you guys the video, make sure to give him a follow. Check out the video, give it a like and share. But the owner of OnlyFans, and we'll go in depth about this today, is the number one donor to APEC. And I know I've talked about this on the show before. I know I've talked about how APEC is heavily involved, possibly with a lot of pornography things, how the people involved in APEC are involved in these things as well. And we've talked about a lot of the controversy surrounding it. But this is pretty crazy to think that if you are a consumer of OnlyFans, you're pretty much saying all glory and honor to Benjamin fucking Netanyahu. You are pretty much saying, here you go, Benjamin. Here's another paycheck so you can go annex the Gaza Strip. Here's another paycheck for the Greater Israel Project. You know what? Go pay off an American politician. Go pay off our media more. That's what you're saying. All glory and honor to Benjamin Netanyahu every time you sign up for one of these sluts monthly fucking whatevers. People who subscribe to OnlyFans, not only are you just a little bitch, like, do I have to I feel like I don't have to overstate it, but you are such a little bitch and such a fucking weirdo and a creep if you are subscribing to a woman's OnlyFans. But not only that, you are funding Israel's terrorism. You are funding our country being raped. So we'll talk about that today. It'll be a fun show. Hope you guys enjoy. I've been having a good day today. I had to be up early. As you guys know, I did one of my latest shows ever last night. I don't think I got the show uploaded until like almost 12 something, 1 in the fucking morning. I think it was 1 in the morning. Then I had to be up at like 7 in the morning. Really didn't sleep much, but I'm all jacked up on caffeine. I usually don't do energy drinks. We actually talked about that yesterday, but been chewing this neuro gum, this caffeine and B12 gum. Kind of jacks you up. Not gonna lie. I'm ready to fucking rock for the show today. I'm excited. We're gonna have a good day today. Before we get into everything, please remember to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the show. Read all the comments at the end of the show today. All the comments from yesterday's show we'll read at the end. All the comments from today we'll read tomorrow. Please remember to rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on X. Join our Telegram channel by scanning the code up there. Stay updated on all things America Unfiltered. I drop voice notes in there. I drop memes. I drop tweets. I drop relevant information. I even sometimes poll people like, what should I talk about today if it's a slower news day? So I recommend everyone get in the Telegram channel. Stay updated on all things America Unfiltered. So with that, we are back. We are right into the show. Happy fucking Tuesday, everybody. Hope everyone's having a great day today. This is just a crazy, crazy topic. You guys know my feelings about the porn industry and about OnlyFans and about APEC. But they all come together in this episode. This is one big collaboration where we're going to demolish the entire thing. We are going to explain how they're all connected. We are going to explain how when they banned porn in Florida, how it really didn't even do anything. I want to explain who the real consumers of pornography are. I want to explain just how vile and grotesque the industry is. And most of the information that comes up about how vile, grotesque, how disgusting, how rape influenced, how child sex trafficking influenced this industry is, comes from people who were in the industry and then ended up leaving. And I'm not saying we should glorify or justify those people, but I'm just saying they have a lot of insights to share about it, and we shouldn't ignore them, especially when it comes to making policy and laws. And right now, they changed the law in Florida, so you have to be over the age of 18. A lot of porn websites basically made it so, you couldn't even access their sites anymore, or you had to upload your ID to get on the website. But people are going around this through VPNs. They're also still allowed to use OnlyFans. And a big part of this is people don't realize that 34% of all OnlyFans consumers are minors. You have to check a little box saying, I'm 18 years or older. Do you guys ever remember being a little kid and checking a box saying you're 18 years or older on anything? Maybe you're renting a fucking R-rated movie. Maybe you went to an R-rated movie in the theaters before you're 18. We all did things like that where you check a box saying, I'm 18 years or older, I'm whatever. So you can do something online that maybe you're not supposed to do as a kid. And we've all been there for the most part. And that's what's happening right now. 34% of all the consumers of OnlyFans right now in the United States, which is the largest country in the world for OnlyFans, are minors. And beyond that, 38% of all consumers of pornography in the United States are minors. So right now, let's leave the pornography part of it to the side and let's just stick to the OnlyFans, which is pornography. But I'm putting them in two different categories just for this right here. To you OnlyFans sluts, to all you whores who are selling your nudes online for anywhere from $2.99 to $30 a month, you are selling your nudes to kids. You are selling pictures of your disgusting rat-filled snatch, your saggy tits. You are selling those to minors who are then screenshotting these images, sharing them in group chats, putting them on the internet, and you are pretty much never able to get them removed at that point. There is a less than 5% success rate of getting your nudes removed from the internet if your nudes have been leaked from OnlyFans, which is a possibility. A lot of women go into it thinking, people can't screenshot it, they have protections against that stuff. No, the fuck they don't. They do not. Anyone can screenshot it. Anyone with an iPhone who goes on a woman's OnlyFans can screenshot or screen record literally anything and everything and then redistribute that content. Even if they're not legally supposed to, guess what? This is a 15-year-old we're talking about. They're not even legally supposed to be on the fucking website. But they're on the website. They're looking at your disgusting rat-filled snatch, and then they are resharing those images, and they are spreading everywhere. And then when you have kids one day, and your kid inevitably puts a fucking shotgun in their mouth because a picture of their mom blowing some random guy on a website for $3.99 goes around their fucking school, you're to blame, sweetheart. You're to blame, you fucking hussy. And these women want to act like they don't have any accountability in this. Like, they are not the problem. These women want to act like they're doing nothing wrong. They're like, I just want to make money. Body positivity. Feminism. Feminism led to Bonnie Blue. Feminism led to Lily Phillips. Feminism led to thousands of guys fucking one girl in a 12-hour period. And you guys want to still talk about how feminism is positive for all of you? When you truly test feminism, when you really put it in play, when you see it in action, that's what it is. It is a woman laying down, being fucked by 1,000 guys in 12 fucking hours. That's what feminism really is. And that's what it's been about this entire time. This sexual liberation has been nothing but a hellhole for the women, for the men. It has ruined dating. It has ruined society. It has ruined marriages. It has ruined the idea of having kids. It has ruined a lot for a lot of people. It has decimated religion. And again, that's another huge part of it we're going to talk about. As I mentioned in the beginning, the religious aspect of this entire thing. Because the owner of OnlyFans, he doesn't work in the day-to-day operations, but he is the owner. He does get money when you pay money to it. He is the #1 donor to APEC. He is the #1 donor to the people single-handedly fucking our government and system right now. And you are contributing to that if you are paying for OnlyFans models, if you are paying to see any of this shit. It's actually insane. Again, I'm not pro-porn in any way, but to anybody who's paying money for porn when there's free porn, you're a fucking retard, A. Second, if you're just watching porn in general, you're a fucking retard. Porn is not only vile, grotesque, disgusting, it's been proved that a lot of the women in the porn are sex trafficked, they are minors, so you really not only are doing yourself a disservice by becoming addicted to this thing, but you are also encouraging sex trafficking. You are encouraging sexual attraction to minors. You are encouraging some of the worst things that exist. Like anybody who's out there who's like, Jeffrey Epstein was a bad guy, we need to hold these people accountable, but then are laying on their fucking back jerking off later that night, you're part of the fucking problem. If you can't stop fucking gooning, if you can't get it under control, you are part of the fucking problem. Every man alive needs to ascend. Every man alive, every young man in this fucking country needs to be a better version of themselves every day, every week, every month, every fucking year. And if you can't stop yourself from gooning, you are making yourself a worse person every single fucking time you do it. It is time as men, and again, if you've been looking for a reason to stop, if you've been looking for a sign, a wake-up call, this is fucking it. Get off the porn. Get off the fucking gooning. Get off OnlyFans. Start being a fucking man. Start working. Start working out. Start actually trying to date. Stop being addicted to this thing that is just a gross representation of what sexual intercourse is supposed to be. Not only is sexual intercourse supposed to be between a man and his wife, but it's not supposed to be these disgusting, like, incest fantasies like are popular on porn websites right now. I was doing research on this subject, and one article said that the most popular category for pornography now is step family porn and family porn. Do you know how fucking disgusting that is? That people are fantasizing about things that, like, if their own family members found out about it, they would never talk to them. Like, if you have a sister and your sister found out that you just watched porn, again, it would be a weird thing, but it wouldn't be the biggest deal in the world to the point where your family would be, wrecked over it. If your sister found out you were watching sister fan, like, can you imagine the fucking outrage? And if you have to even think about that, it's like, don't even try and hide it at that point. Just stop fucking doing it. You have to realize you have an addiction and you need to break it. And I need to get through to some people on this episode. I hope some people listen to this and they're like, wow, I've been looking for a sign. I've been looking for a reason or the motivation to stop this. I have been addicted to this. I've been doing it for years. And I hope they listen and they actually stop. That's my goal and part of this episode. The other goal I have is to inform people not only about the problems of pornography and the disgusting aspects of it, but to inform how every time you support these porn companies, every time, like even the major ones, I know I'm specifying that OnlyFans is owned by the same guy who is the top funder to APEC, but beyond that, the people who also fund APEC, the people who also fund a lot of these programs that are single-handedly fucking America, they are the same people who run the other big, massive porn sites. They own the company MindGeek, which is one of the biggest porn conglomerates in the entire nation, owned by an ex-rabbi. Not an ex-rabbi, sorry, a rabbi. So we're going to dive into all this today. Like I said, a lot of different things to talk about, a lot of different facts to show you guys. I want to start by showing this video I have of James Fishback. It's a 2-minute long clip. It's not long. It's him on Joel Webbin's podcast where he talks about the new sin tax that he's going to enact. And the sin tax is the 50% tax on girls and boys who do OnlyFans. And it's mainly women who do it. Again, there are some men who do it. Everyone who does it's fucking weird, but the men who do it, you're really fucking weird. But it's mainly the women who do it, and I want to show you guys this video really quick where he talks about the new sin tax. I have it in like a stretch format, that's why his face looks like that. He looks like a literal fish with the way I have his face fucking spread out like that. It's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. But here, let's watch this video.
I want to break some news here with you, Joel. I hadn't planned to do this, but allow me to do it, which is that as Florida governor in year 1, I will push for the first of its kind OnlyFans sin tax. If you are a so-called OnlyFans creator in Florida, you are going to pay 50% to the state on whatever you so-called earn via that online degeneracy platform. And that money will be used to fund our education system, will be used to fund the crisis pregnancy centers, will be used to fund the first of its kind mental health czar for men in particular, because men have been told for far too long that they are guilty of masculinity, that they are guilty of all of society's ills. I'm not going to stand for that slanderous lie. What I'm going to do is I am going to end this lie that toxic masculinity is responsible for all the sins and ills of society. If you're an OnlyFans model and you reside in Florida, get ready to pay 50% of your income to the state. It is called a sin tax because it is a sin, number one. But the purpose of a sin tax in economics is to disincentivize and deter a behavior. And yes, as Florida governor, I don't want young women who could otherwise be mothers, raising families, rearing children. I don't want them to be selling their bodies to sick men online. And I don't want young, impressionable men who have strayed from Christ, who have strayed from our Lord and Savior, to be told and drawn into lust and have their entire brain rewired. We will raise hundreds of millions of dollars of income on the OnlyFans sin tax. And if we don't, Joel, if we don't raise that income, you know what it'll mean? It will mean something even greater has materialized for the young women and young men of our state, that the OnlyFans industry and its supporters, and you know who those supporters are, Joel, that its supporters will have been utterly robbed of their ability to rob us, not just of our hard-earned wages, but of our commitment to Christ.
Fucking based. Win-win scenario. You either get the money by taxing these OnlyFans whores, or enough of them stop fucking doing it that it's not as big of a problem in society anymore. Huge win-win scenario. Classic James Fishback W. This is the reason I am supporting this guy. Not the sole reason, but this is one of many reasons why I have given my endorsement to James Fishback for governor of Florida. This guy is a winner. This guy is America first. This guy is Christ first. And that is what's important. I mean, it is disgusting, the porn industry in itself. And he was going back and forth. Let me see if I can pull it up. I didn't even have this plan to pull up, but let me see if I can pull it up because it's relevant right now. But he was going back and forth with, what's that cunt's name? Sophia Rain. I got it pulled up here. Sophia Rain. Here we go. Breaking. OnlyFans star Sophie Rain responds to James Fishback 50% tax on OnlyFans models. Imposing a tax on OnlyFans girls is quite possibly the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Shut up, bitch. Your opinion, it's the dumbest thing you've ever heard? You're an OnlyFans model. You're nothing. Like, shut up. That's retarded. You want to give me your astrophysics, like, knowledge next? Shut the fuck up. What, you want to create policy, you slut? Shut the fuck up. Like, these whores shouldn't have it. Whores should not be able to have an opinion. That shouldn't even be controversial. Whores should get zero opinions. Honestly, see, I talk about being a free speech absolutist a lot. Let's take free speech away from sluts. Women should get their body count tattooed on them, and then once they reach like 4 or 5, we just start taking rights away, right? Like, we just start taking them away. Right to vote, taken away at 3 bodies. Your right to buy liquor, taken away at like 4 bodies. Your right to have free speech, taken away at 5 bodies. Like, let's just start punishing these whores. Let's seriously start punishing them. But he goes, Sophie is pissed at me because she's about to pay the state of Florida $42 million in taxes, which I'll proudly use to increase teacher pay and improve school lunches. I refuse to let smart and capable young women like Sophie Rain, alright, chill. Smart and capable? What the fuck is she capable of? Be exploited by OnlyFans. Yeah, I mean, this is a classic Fishback W. Classic Fishback W. I mean, this woman would have to pay $42 million. Do you guys realize the scale of that? Do you guys realize how insane that is, that this woman made over $84 million fucking dollars in a calendar year selling her pussy, selling her tits, selling her ass? This is, Again, in our grandmother's times, this woman would be called a rabid slut, a rabid whore. This woman would be shunned from society. But in today's society, people like Bonnie Blue, Lily Phillips, Sophie Rain, they're fucking celebrated like they're actually accomplishing things. These sluts have gotten so out of hand that they think they actually have the right to talk to somebody who's running for governor and be like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up, go find a husband, and go make him a fucking sandwich. Shut the fuck up. Your only place, Sophia Rain, your only place, Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue, is either in a jail cell, a mental asylum, or in the fucking home. And honestly, to any of the guys who marries any of you three or any of the OnlyFans whores in general, good fucking luck to you guys. Like, what are you doing? You're gonna procreate with this woman for your kid to inevitably fucking kill themselves because they get so bullied in school because their mom was a cheap fucking two-trick $3.99 whore? If I can go and see your fucking snatch and pussy and fucking tits and ass and all that, if I can see you fucking twerking for $2.99, that's cheaper than like a value meal at McDonald's. Like, seriously, I could go and get cheese curds for more money at Culver's than it would to see some of these women naked. That's how insane what society has gotten, that this is so normalized. It's just so normalized that, like I said, it would cost me more money to get like a 2-liter at Publix, or to get like, I'm trying to think of crazy, like a box of Pop-Tarts would cost twice as much as these fucking whores OnlyFans. And we're normalizing this? What the fuck has society gotten to? Where the fuck are we at in society when we're like, yeah, women empowerment is showing your nudes online? Like, it was enough that we allowed them to vote. It was enough that we let them get bank accounts. It was enough that we allowed them into the workplace. Now these women want to feel so empowered to show every fucking thing that God gave them and that they're supposed to keep private for their future husband for nothing. Like, literally for nothing. For money you could find on the street. Your average homeless guy is more money than $3.99. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy that this is where we're at in society and how normalized this has gotten. And another crazy statistic I saw, I want to get into some of the crazy statistics. I wrote some of them down. I got a couple post-it notes with a couple notes here, so don't forget them. Don't want to misquote them. But 80% of all the OnlyFans models earn less than $150 a month. That means these women are selling everything about themselves. They are selling everything that gives them value to a potential future partner. Or not everything, but the majority of what gives them value. Like, you not being a slut is a huge part of what gives you value to your husband. Men want to feel like they accomplished something. Men want to feel like they got something that was unobtainable. And when anybody can obtain you for $3.99, that's like beating level 1 in a video game. Like, it's not even interesting, you know? Men want to beat level 99. Men don't want to beat level 1. They don't give a shit about level 1. Level 1's a fucking cakewalk to these guys. But 80% of these women are making less than $150 a month. So they are embarrassing their families, embarrassing their mothers and fathers and all their siblings, their future offspring if they ever have them, for less than $150 a month. They're sexualizing everything. People can take screenshots. These screenshots will be shared. And when they are shared, only less than 5% of all the images that are shared from leaked OnlyFans are taken off the internet. I remember there was a video, like, I don't love all the young streamers. I find some of them to be stupid and immature. But there's the one guy, Neon, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know who he is. He's a popular streamer. But he pressed, let me see if I could actually find this video to show you guys, because it's a good video. But he presses this one girl who's an absolute slut named Brecky Hill, and he talks to her about how the majority of her viewers are minors. And she almost starts crying, and it's kind of funny. But the crazy thing is she realized in that moment how wrong she was, and she got embarrassed in that moment. Yet she still continued on with it. She still, to this day, continues on with selling her nudes for next to fucking nothing. Let me pull up this video. Let's see if I can find it. I don't even know what I just searched Neon Brecky Hill on X, and I'm not Not getting it. Let's go on like YouTube Shorts. Maybe it's on there.
Getting
funding wars in the Middle East. And
what the fuck is playing? I don't even know what the fuck started playing. Here we go.
Now I'm able to pay for my brother's college.
How do I pause this? I'm going to get it up on the big screen. This is Neon. And again, I'm not the biggest Neon guy. I don't support a lot of the things this guy does, but I see his clips everywhere. He's got clippers out the fucking wazoo. And he posted this, or this was from his live stream, where he confronted this OnlyFans slut.
Now I'm able to pay for my brother's college tuition.
You keep bringing with dirty with
yeah, because you're judging me for what I do.
yeah. No shit, I'm gonna judge you. Look what you do. You can make an honest living, dog.
Yeah, I was gonna be a dermatologist, but you know what? I had to pay for all my school, 90 grand a year.
Wow, you have
4
such a
years,
hard life.
then
Oh
4
my
more.
god, paying for
I'm
your
not
own
saying I have a
school.
hard life.
Fuck your own school. Fuck. That sucks.
I'm not saying I have a hard
Fuck,
life.
man.
I'm really not.
No.
Now I'm able to.
It's not
pay
even
for
the
my
video
brother's
I wanted to show. Where's the video I wanted to show?
Swear to God, just look. Imagine there's a
This is
crowd
what I
watching.
was saying.
Doesn't even care.
I
God.
saw a clip and
I swear to God,
Let's see if
blonde,
this is it.
blonde girls have fucking peanut brains. Like it's like you don't even have
is
something.
it.
Is there anything in this
Really?
head? Is there anything in this
I
fucking
got
head?
a 4.0 GPA in high school and I got into a top 19 academic
And now you
rated
post.
school.
And now you post your tits on OnlyFans.
Yeah, because
God, what the fuck happened?
I don't.
What the fuck happened? You wanna go there?
4.0. No.
90% acceptance rate college.
And you
really?
threw it all away to post your tits.
Oh, because I was paying for my own college, 85 grand a year.
Guys, wait, guys, let's
Really hard to afford, actually.
Good for
guys,
you.
let's,
Don't give a fuck.
sitting in
Square Garden. Just look. Imagine this.
I can't seem to find the video where he calls her out for showing the nudes to minors, but you guys get the deal. He literally, he calls her out for it, and she's like, oh, but they have to be 18, and then he explains how, same thing I explained, where it's like every fucking 13-year-old kid who's trying to do something online isn't going to stop because they got to a box that's like, click here if you're 18. They're not going to stop there. He explains that. She starts crying. It's kind of funny, but it's also true in what he said otherwise, where he's like, she's like, I had a 4.0. I was doing this. I got into a school with a 19% acceptance rate. And then he's like, and then you threw it away to be a slut. That's what these women are doing. They're literally throwing away any chance of a future career, any chance of a actual family, any chance of their family they have to love them anymore, to share their nudes for next to fucking nothing. These whores are worthless. And then not only that, there's another big aspect to it, and this is something that got exposed by the Tate brothers a few years ago because they were doing it themselves, and I like Andrew Tate a lot, but this is one of the things that I really fucking do not like about him, and I think a lot of people don't like this about him as well. But Andrew Tate and his brother talk a lot about how they used to run a Camgirl website. And what they would do is they would have girls sit in front of a camera, and the girls would then be texting to the guys sexual things, etc., doing sexual things for the guys for money. And they realized that women were actually not good at this, that women weren't good at telling men what they want to hear. What a fucking surprise. But they realized this early on, and what was their thing they changed to fix this? They had the woman sitting in front of the camera, still pretending to type like this, but actually on the other side of the camera was a man who was typing, and he was writing the messages. So when you were writing to these OnlyFans women, when you were texting to them, when you were sexting with them, when you were having these disgusting, vile, and grotesque conversations, just know you are talking to a man. Even if you might be seeing a woman in front of you, you are talking to a man. That is how all these companies operate. Literally, I mean, like, Jack Doherty is a clear example of this. I've talked about the douchebag Jack Doherty, the little fucking punk streamer, on this show a few times. This is the guy who walks around with his big black bodyguard bumping into fucking people. And then when they try and fight him, his bodyguard steps in between them. You want to know how he makes his money? It's not from streaming. He makes his money because he gets OnlyFans girls. He signs them onto a contract when they're smaller creators or whatever, when they're smaller sluts. And then he blows their account up by showing them on stream to minors. The people who watch his stream, they're not like 20-something-year-old people. It's like 13-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 15-year-olds. He shows it to them. They buy these girls' OnlyFans, and then their management team runs the account. So these women will pose for the pictures, pose for videos, do whatever the fuck, and then they take these And all the chats, all the conversations are done by the management team, by men who are running this. And that's what these people are paying for. So again, if you needed more motivation to quit, if you needed more motivation to stop being a degenerate little fuck, just know that when you're fucking jerking your little fucking schmeckle, when you're doing that, not only are you supporting APEC, not only are you empowering these cunts, but you are talking to a guy. You are sexting with a man. You're just gay. You're literally gay. So if that's not enough motivation for you, walk into fucking traffic. I don't know what to fucking tell you at this point. I mean, that should be enough motivation for any person. But that's true. Like, this entire thing, like, porn isn't real. And that's what people have to realize. And porn brain is a very real thing. Porn is not real. It's these made-up scenarios, generally fantasies, generally, fake, whether it's like you're talking to someone who's not who you actually think you're talking to, or you're watching a scene which is created for people like you, created for people with porn brain who want to see these weird little fantasies and things, and they keep watching it, and every time they watch it, they need something slightly more. They eventually it gets to the point where you're like almost gay, where you're watching straight porn, and then it's like, okay, this isn't doing anything for me, now we're gonna take it up, and like, that's the path it takes for a lot of people. And sure, not everybody's gonna watch porn and turn fucking gay. I'm not trying to be like, Alex Jones, the frogs are gay. Like, he's right. But my point is that you will fuck up your brain. You'll be at a point where you'll be like, in a grocery store, you'll see a woman and you'll be coming up with these like intense scenarios in your mind that aren't realistic, aren't real. And if the woman who you were thinking about knew what you were thinking about, she'd probably fucking call the cops on you. These things create unrealistic scenarios. And again, like I said, the number one category right now is family fantasy. Like, a lot of you people need to just fucking be off. Like, I don't know what to say. We cannot have a world where people are watching family fantasy porn, jerking off to what they think are women, but are actually men chatting to them, and keep moving on and call it a productive society. We can't call ourselves a powerhouse in the world when our youth is being fucked like this in the head. Like, it's actually insane. It actually makes me go crazy thinking about it, the fact that this is the society we live in now. It is so demonic, so far from Christ, that we are almost in hell at this point. We need people to come back to Christ, come back to the church, act more godly. We need the women to act more godly. We need the men to have the willpower to act more godly. Again, men, I want to put a lot of the blame on you. Obviously, we throw a lot of the blame on women. I mean, women just shouldn't be sluts. It's as simple as just saying that. They should not be sluts. Dads should be better dads. Moms should be better moms. Discipline your children. Put the fear of God into them to the point they don't want to be whores. But men, if you didn't pay for it, if there weren't enough men supplying the money for this operation, it wouldn't exist. And that's what we really have to call out. For all the people who are like, oh, I don't know anybody who has OnlyFans. I don't know anybody who subscribes to an OnlyFans. I promise you do. Because there's no way that we spend the amount of money we spend on it in this country, which is billions and billions and billions of fucking dollars, without you knowing single fucking person who does it. People spend an insane amount of money on this. People go into debt for this. People put their credit cards in there. They advance their fucking paychecks. People are spending every last dollar they have. Instead of paying their bills, instead of maxing out their 401ks, instead of saving for when they have children in the future, they are sending money to these degenerate sluts. And it's a lot of the men out there. And I hope it's none of the men that watch this show. And if it is, honestly, stop watching my show until you stop watching porn. Because this show is not for you. This show is for real men who are ready to stand up and take this fucking country back. And if you can't stop gooning, if you can't stop with the porn brain, if you can't stop fucking subscribing to OnlyFans or watching porn, this is not for you. You are not ready to take this country back. You are not ready for the next step. This is for men only, this show. This show is for the men who are ready to take this fucking country back. And if you're an OnlyFans whore and you watch this show, fuck off. Get out of here. I don't want you either. Go find your father, give him a hug, delete your fucking account, repent to fucking Jesus, get baptized, and never leave your fucking house again. It's that fucking simple. Go find God. Go become a nun. Go do whatever the fuck you have to do to get right with Jesus Christ, because you will burn in hell. And I couldn't be more serious about that. You will burn in hell. Another big problem about this as well is the age. Like we talked about, a lot of people who subscribe to this content, a lot of people who engage in watching this content, and even some of the people who are in the content are under the age of 18. A lot of them. And like a big thing is like, there's this one girl that headlines have been she was trending one day. She was like a kid star or whatever. And then the minute she turned 18, at like 12:02 a.m., the day she turned 18, she dropped an OnlyFans. How is it possible that she set up that account, took all the pictures, posted them, and then got the account set up, got the link out in 2 minutes? It's not. What that means is those pictures were taken before she was 18. So anyone subscribing to that not only should be in jail, but that woman should be in jail for distributing that content. APEC should be held responsible, or the owner of OnlyFans, who is the top donor to APEC, should be held responsible. These people need to have all their assets seized. All the money needs to be taken. Everything needs to be shut down. I mean, it's vile, grotesque, and disgusting. But to get back to the viewership side of it, the viewers of this content are a lot of young men. Like I said, 34% of all pornography that is consumed, or OnlyFans pornography that's consumed, is by men under the age of 18. 38% of all pornography that's consumed is men under the age of 18. The average man is shown pornography, hardcore pornography, not like your, softcore movie scene, like hardcore disgusting websites pornography is shown to them at 11 years old. 11. I have an 11-year-old cousin. The idea of him, as innocent as he is, being able to access that or knowing what that is even is so fucking disgusting. I mean, the first time I was shown pornography, I was about that age. I was about 11 or 12 years old. It ruins the mind. It alters the mind. It destroys a lot of parts of you. Destroys a lot of empathy. It destroys a lot of the ideas you have surrounding sex. It normalizes sex. It destroys a lot of the ideas you have surrounding family values and Christ values. And it brings you away from Jesus Christ, and it brings you closer to the devil. People need to get away from porn. People need to get off the porn. People need to have Christ in their life. And that's what we're trying to do. That's the message I'm trying to get across. That if you can't break away from the pornography, it will consume you and it will destroy you. You will never have a happy marriage. You won't have a good relationship with your family in the long run. You won't be financially successful. You will be destroyed inevitably. And it's happened time and time again. We've seen a lot of these actors be destroyed by sex addictions. We've seen a lot of these people repent for their actions with it. Even Dan Bilzerian's one of them. Dan Bilzerian is somebody who just a few years ago was talking about his sex addiction, was open about it in his book, talked about how he couldn't stop himself from consuming porn, consuming women, consuming sexual activity. And then now he is somebody who talks about how disgusting it is, how vile it is, how it's ruining society. And again, we don't just give him a pass for everything he did in the past. But what I am saying is, you take it from the people who have seen the worst of it. Take it from the people, if you're not going to listen to me, take it from the people who have seen the worst sides of it. The ex-porn stars who talk about the rape and the child pornography that happens in this industry. Take it from the people like Dan Bilzerian, who saw how not only how these women operate, but how it impacts his life. It impacted his brain and his ability to have relationships. Take it from them. Take it from the people who have seen the worst sides of it and are now on the other side of it, trying to make a better life for themselves, trying to recreate these relationships and rewire their brains entirely, because it rewires your brain. It literally, like I said, porn brain is a very real thing. I'm going to pull up the definition of porn brain, and I want to read it to you guys. I don't know the exact definition, but porn brain refers to changes in the brain's reward system, structure, and connectivity due to frequent pornography use, often mimicking addictive behaviors by hijacking dopamine pathways, leading to desensitization, cravings, impulse control issues, like a less developed prefrontal cortex, and a need for more extreme content for the same level of arousal, impacting daily functioning and relationships. It involves neural rewiring, reduced gray matter in reward areas, and weakening connections between impulse control. And porn was something that was created to get you away from Jesus Christ. And if you don't believe that, I'm going to show you guys this video right now where that is quoted by one of the creators of pornography. This is a video by one of the people who is a massive fan of the show. They reached out to me, shared this video. I shared it on my socials. I think it's an excellent video. I'm getting it pulled up for you guys now. He starts it off a little funny, and then he brings it right in, and he really brings it in for you guys. It's the same way I did the video where I was like, did you know 61% of Israeli men are allergic to sunlight? Don't believe me? Google 61% of Israeli men. And then when you do it, it brings you to a website that shows you that 61% of Israeli men don't view rape as long as they know the person. He does a similar thing. He gets you locked into the video for a second, and then he brings out the let's eat, you know? But let's watch this video real quick. I want to show it to you guys. This video has been blowing up. Last I checked, I think it was over 4 point something million views. So props to you for making this video. Thank you for making it. I'm going to show it right here.
Give you guys 2 useful tips. First of all, if you fill your empty can with propane, you make sure that it's actually propane and not acetylene. You can actually light it and use it as a hand warmer. This thing will stay lit up for like 5 minutes without going out. All you got to do to put it out is just put your hand over it like that. So that's number 1.
The second one that I would like to share with you guys, Al Goldstein was one of the main founders of what we would today categorize as the adult film industry. He said in his verbatim quote that the only reason the Jews are in the pornography industry is that it is a way of denouncing the Christian religion and that they think that Christ sucks. Leonid Radvinsky is also the owner of OnlyFans. He had donated $11 million to APEC. By the way, Trump has gained $230 million from APEC, so I don't think there's a coincidence there. Solomon Friedman was a former rabbi who owns Ethical Capital Partners. Ethical Capital Partners owns MindGeek. MindGeek owns Pornhub. And there's millions of teenage girls in my generation that are content creators. Follow if you want more content like this.
I'm going to give you guys 2 useful tips. First of all,
I want you guys to follow this guy. His @ is AF Party Member. This guy's awesome. He's got a great account. Go check it out. Go check out his account. Making videos all the time. But I saw that video and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to show that on the show. Excuse me. But it calls out a lot of the big issues that I'm trying to talk about now. This was created to bring you away from Jesus Christ. This was created to ruin America. This was created to ruin morals. This was created to cause division. But over everything, it was created to bring you away from Jesus Christ. Whether you're a young woman or a young man, engaging in pornography, whether it's the production or consumption, it is bringing you further away from Jesus Christ, and you need to repent. You need to confess your sins. You need to repent. You need to get right with Jesus Christ, because we cannot live in this demonic society and ever expect to succeed, ever expect to live up to our ancestors, ever expect to have a productive society. The people who want to fucking rape our country, APEC, are funding this. The guy who owns OnlyFans is the #1 funder of APEC. And then beyond that, like he said, the rabbi owns MindGeek. He owns the holding company that owns MindGeek, which owns Pornhub, which owns many other pornography websites. This is the vile, grotesque bullshit that is ruining our society. These young, dumb whores are not going to get away with it any longer. A 50% sin tax will not only discourage people from joining OnlyFans, but I'm calling on James Fishback, and when I interview him, I will ask him about this, to put an additional tax when you buy it. And the tax money will not go to the creator or the porn star slut. The money will go to the same program that James Fishback was talking about for mental asylums. It will go to the same programs for teachers' pay and school lunches. And what it will do is create a win-win scenario where if they still do it, we get the benefits for the school and the asylums. We get that out of it. Even though it's still happening and we will work to diminish it in another way over time, we will at least get that in the meantime. But if it does do what it's actually intended to do. It will discourage people from buying it. It will discourage people from creating this content, creating a better society, bringing more people closer to Jesus Christ and away from the devil. And that is what we're aiming for. That is what we want over everything. Literally, like I said in the beginning, and I want to wrap it up talking about this, but if you are subscribing to a woman's OnlyFans, and then you are saying that the Israel lobby is corrupt and the Jewish oligarchs need to stop, and if you're talking about genocide in Palestine, if you're talking about the dancing Israelis or any of the fucking things that they call conspiracies but are actually happening, if you're talking about that, but at the same time, you're giving money to OnlyFans whores, which is giving money to APEC, just know that you're basically screaming and tattooing on your chest, all glory and honor to Benjamin Netanyahu. All glory and honor to Jesus Christ. All glory and honor to the Catholic Church. Fuck you if you're subscribing to this. Fuck you if you can't stop gooning. And fuck you to the dumb demonic sluts who put this shit out there knowing that young men are consuming it, knowing that they're making like no fucking money for it as well. Like literally, being a failed OnlyFans model is like being a failed SoundCloud. It's like being a local SoundCloud rapper. You make less than $150 a month and you're putting everything out there, ruining your life, ruining your family's reputation. Your dad worked for the last 50 fucking years to build his reputation up, only to have a daughter for her to ruin it when she turns 18 by sharing her snatch and tits and ass for fucking $2.99. Literally, 2 McChickens cost more than that. Cheese curds from Culver's cost more than that. A fucking sundae from Dairy Queen costs twice as much as that. It's actually insane that these women have gotten away with it for this long. It's actually insane where we're at in society. So I am very glad that James Fishback has announced his 50% sin tax if he gets elected. Here's also the thing I noticed. Byron Donalds would never do this. Byron Donalds, Byron is what we're calling him now. Byron Donalds would never do this. He's sucking the dick of APEC. He wants more money to go to OnlyFans, because that means more money for APEC, more money for him. Jay Collins, the guy who wants to take free speech away in Florida, says if you criticize Israel, you should be put in jail. That guy wants these women to create more content. He wants more demonic shit out there. Why? More money in his fucking pocket. We need this on the federal level, not just on the state level in Florida. We need this on the federal level. 50% sin tax on OnlyFans sluts. And it's as simple as that. I really don't have a ton more for you guys. You know, we're only 47 minutes in. Usually I go for about an hour, but I really don't have a ton more for you guys. That's really all I got. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to talk about. But no, I mean, I feel like it was a good rant. I feel like it was a good rant. One thing I actually also saw, you know, we're not going to go long about this, but I showed the video the other day of Lily Phillips, the woman who got fucked by 1,100 guys in 12 hours getting baptized. And I was like, this can't be genuine. You know, her Instagram is still filled with like promotions for OnlyFans and slut content. And then I saw her on Matan's show. And I don't really watch Matan's show, but you'll see clips of it here and there. And in Matan's show, she was literally talking like a slut. And this was aired just 2 days ago or a day ago after the baptism. So that was all for show. That was all for clicks. That was all for money. Again, these demonic whores are taking advantage of the niceness of the church. They're pretending to get baptized for clicks and money, only to then go continue to be a slut, continue to be an OnlyFans bitch. And this is the shit we need to call out. Like, that should be a jailable fucking offense. Again, women who engage in these stuff should not be given free speech. It's as simple as that. Not only should they not be able to vote, they shouldn't be able to buy alcohol, they shouldn't be able to engage in day-to-day activities. Honestly, any woman who engages in pornography should have to be on the same registry as sex offenders and have to stay 500 yards away from a fucking school, but they should not be able to speak freely. And that includes, they should not be able to undress their clothes like that. They should not be able to go to a church, make a mockery of the fucking church for clicks and fucking views, to then go still act like a fucking slut the next day on a podcast. It makes me fucking sick. And I noticed that, and I was so upset about it. And I was gonna bring it up yesterday, but I was with family yesterday, so I didn't do my show till very late. I ended up just doing a reaction stream to Nick Fuentes' first show back of 2026, which was a great show. So I didn't get to talk about that. I was gonna talk about a lot of different things that I didn't get to talk about that we'll talk about through the week. I want to talk more about Iran this week. I want to talk more about stuff that's going to happen in Venezuela. I want to talk a little bit more about ongoing things from the ICE protests. There's a lot of things I do want to get to, and we will get to this week. It will be a very busy week of shows, a very good week of shows, and I'll try my best to be on time every day this week. Yesterday, it was the latest I've ever been. Usually when I'm late, I try and get the show out at 7. Usually when I'm late, it's like, okay, between like 8 and 9:30. If it's 10, that's crazy. It rarely happens. But yesterday, it was like 1 in the morning. So technically, it was this fucking morning. But we got it out there. People seem to like the show. I mean, it was a reaction show, so I hope people liked it. It was just Nick's show. And I was just doing a little bit of commentary here and there, giving my perspective. And we had more comments on the previous show than we ever had. So we had a long comment section to read. But it's been a good week for the show. I hope you guys enjoy. Please remember to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the show. We read all the comments at the end of each show. Rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. Follow me on X, follow me on Instagram. Join my Telegram channel. Stay updated on all things America Unfiltered. We have merch dropping in about a week and a half. We have a group chat for me and the viewers that's going to drop in about a week and a half, around the same time frame. So a lot of big things coming. We also have 2 collaborations coming this month. One with Isaiah Asher, and one we have with James Fishback as well. With Isaiah, I'm going to talk about him tomorrow on the show because I want to talk a little bit about the Somalian fraud, deporting Somalians, and I want to talk about some fraud that he discovered, not just in Minnesota, but in St. Louis as well. He is on the ground in St. Louis doing the work that the mass media will not. And I am having a collaboration with him on his show. I will also try and upload it on my channel as well for you guys to see. But I am going to be showing the video where he exposes the fraud tomorrow. We'll dive into that a little bit as well. But with that, we're going to get right to our comments. That's the end of the show for the day, guys. Hope you guys had a great day. Let me get our comments pulled up. But yeah, episodes like this get me fucking teed up. It pisses me off that there are men out there who don't have the fucking willpower to just stop fucking gooning. It's not fucking hard. Some of you guys act like such incompetent pussies. It's actually disgusting. And again, like the women, I'm not leaving them out of this. They are fucking disgusting. The women who engage in this, fuck you. Let's go into the comments. Let's start with YouTube.
Nick is spot on with the truth, thank you.
Yeah, he always is.
Owens Fuentes ticket 2032.
Not gonna happen. Candace is dying breed.
Love the 1/2 hoodie. Mine's coming in the mail.
Took a bit, but I got it. Love it too. I also got the Groiper and Action hoodie. The only reason I didn't wear that one is because it's green, and this is a green screen, so I would just be invisible. Like even sometimes, like you could sometimes see my mug, but then you kind of see through it, but it's not see through in real life, guys. It's just a normal mug, but it's green. Go Birds, but we fucking lost.
W Groiper, W Nick, W Truth, W Jesus, L Libirds, L Muslims, L Jews.
Yep.
NATO Israel versus Russia China.
Is this a question or a statement? I don't know. I'll take it as a statement. All right, let's go over to our Spotify comments. This is where the main action is. We don't have a ton of them because I'm doing this a little bit earlier in the day, but we have a good bit. Let's go through them.
I feel sympathy for people who were in World War II because there are still people alive who had to live through that. Once the last survivors pass away, I really won't care anymore.
I mean, that's retarded. That's kind of dumb. That's like a... That's just stupid. Again, I'm not going to shit on you for feeling sympathy, but my only point is you can't make a bunch of people... The biggest genocide happening is abortion. That's the biggest genocide. And for everyone who's still crying about the Holocaust and World War II and all that, it's okay. Kanye had a great quote, and it was, someone said, why don't we go to the Holocaust Museum? And he's like, let's go to our Holocaust Museum. Let's go to Planned Parenthood. That's the real genocide happening. That's the genocide I'm worried about. I'm not fucking worried about something that happened in 1930s and 40s. Just not worried about it.
Just joined your Telegram, which I must say for anybody who watches his show but isn't in there, you should definitely join. There's quite a bit of extra content commentary.
Let's go.
I do how wish that you would open up a group chat forum to share debate ideas.
It's coming in the next couple weeks. But yeah, guys, join the Telegram channel. Scan that code. There's an endorsement right there from one of the viewers. Thank you. Appreciate that. Telegram channel is great. I'm dropping voice notes occasionally, dropping memes in there, sharing tweets throughout the day that I'm seeing. If I make a video, I do a little video in there. There's a lot of extra content in there. If you guys like the show, you'll like the Telegram channel. It's very fun.
I like your show and so does my little brother. Can you wish Sam a happy late birthday and say he's your favorite homo?
Is that fake? I don't even know who this person is, but happy late birthday, Sam. You're gay. Like, I don't, what do you want me to say?
Klingon.
The fuck does that mean? Isn't that some fucking, like, stupid language?
Did you hear about the Venezuelan soldiers' comments on the supposed sonic weapons used by the US when they captured Maduro? Sounded wicked. Just wondered if you have and what your thoughts are. You still haven't commented on Chud the Builder either. Check him out sometime and report back for us.
Yeah, I don't know if that's real or not. I saw a couple reports about that. I actually do have to do more digging about that. You are right about the, this sonic weapon. Like, people were saying their nose were fucking bleeding and shit. If that's real, it's crazy. Could be real, though. I'll check it out. I'm not saying it's not. And then you said, still haven't commented on Chud the Builder. I actually have to I know who he is. I figured out who he was, like, shortly after, and I'd seen him before. But I'm not, like, necessarily close friends with this guy, but I've done StreamYards with him, and I would consider him a friend. Michael Lionheart, he's part of the AF movement. He's a streamer on Kick. Make sure to follow him on Kick if you like Kick. And live streams. He's a great streamer, very funny guy. He does a lot of gaming streams over everything, but we've done StreamYards debates together. Very funny guy, very personable. And he had some beef with Chud the Builder, so just out of pure loyalty to my buddy there, I'm gonna refrain from taking a positive position on Chud the Builder until I do more research. But like I said, you know, if he has beef with someone I'm close with like that, then I probably won't, you know, be a big fan of him, but at the same time, I don't know if that's still standing. I know they did a stream together actually recently on Kick where they either debated or hashed out their issues, so I'll check that out and I'll report back on it over this week. I'll do it. I'll get to that.
Our friends in DC pass bills to prohibit protest and opinions regarding a certain country demographic yet allow people to assault law enforcement and interfere with their duties? We're in bizarro world.
Yeah, we're definitely in bizarro world. We live in a shithole right now. I shouldn't be blackpilling. Fishback just made a 50% slut tax, and I'm blackpilling. It's crazy.
You say who cares because we're supposed to learn from history. That's how we make sure stuff don't happen again, and in our case you think white people are getting killed out. Okay, so let's learn what happened in the Holocaust, and from there we can see what led up to the Holocaust, take those lessons and apply them to our case and make sure white people don't get killed out here. Simple, not genius level stuff. It's just called using your brain.
Yeah, but a lot of the same misinformation and like shit like that and propaganda that led to events like the Holocaust or in World War II or things that were happening in Europe when it came to Israelis or Jews or whatever is some of the things we're dealing with now. Like the SPLC, the ADL calling like white people terrorists, saying Turning Point USA was a hate group, saying America First is an anti-Semitic slogan, trying to disenfranchise young white men, trying to make young white men feel like they're guilty of everything. That's part of the problem. And someone also had another comment here.
What led to the Holocauster? Lending money at interest, harsh non-livable economic sanctions, transgenderism, child sexualization and just general degeneracy. Oh, a pile of books shaping young minds into communists. Hey, that's what's happening now, Fiddle? Maybe if we talk about why what happened to the Jews happened, Jews would stop. Instead of focusing on what happened, time to look into why it happened.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Like looking at to why it happened, like it's not even saying like justifying it. You know, we can all acknowledge that mass murder in general is objectively evil. But not taking lessons from those things, like to flip your own argument against you, Fidel, is part of the problem. Not looking at like the high interest, like there's a reason that, okay, like I was going to acknowledge this later in the week. We're going to do a show about it, but let's talk about it for a second now. Donald Trump put out a tweet saying that credit card companies would only be able to do a 10% interest rate max. And then what was the result of that? What was the aftermath of that? Large Jewish billionaires were tweeting out how that was a bad idea. And it was only the Jewish billionaires who were doing it. Funny, right? It's like they don't fucking learn, you know? Like, that's the usury is a massive part of the problem that anyone in that lobby fails to acknowledge, or anyone supporting that side fails to acknowledge.
Nobody is believing the "I'm completely innocent" card anymore after the Epstein fiasco and the genocide of Palestinians. Now, if you cared about Jewish people, you would be denouncing the terrorist state of Israel because Satan's using his same strategy again. I am not so knowledgeable about the Temple of Satan. Do you want to explain it to me?
Yeah, go read Revelations 3:6-9.
R.I.P. to Christine from Ohio, smiling face with tear condolences to her family and friends.
Yeah, it's very sad. She was a patriot. She fought for this country. She was a business owner in this country. And she was truly America first in every way. And a very funny woman as well. Very personable. Again, someone I've never even spoken to, but I've seen her interact with a lot of different people. I know people who knew her, and seemed like a great woman. Very sad. Everyone remember to say your prayers for Christine in Ohio.
Ike, this podcast is old, but I'm glad you mentioned the pedo teachers. BCTHR amount of them that were in my school was crazy. We had a security guard who hated every guy, but when it came to the woman he would be all smil and touchy, but us boys couldn't even wear a hood in the hallways without getting yelled at by him.
Yeah, I mean, and that exists on both sides. There's like male teachers like that who are dicks to the men, but then they're like so soft and sweet and like flirtatious almost with these young girls. And then same thing, there's like female teachers who are like absolute bitches to like the nerdier kids, and then they're like, oh my gosh, in front of like the fucking athletes. And it's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Damn, James, this is the latest upload you have ever done. I thought you weren't going to post today. Face with tears of joy.
Yeah, I did post late.
Yeah, what that guy said about your grandmother is messed up, bro.
Yeah, that was weird.
I'm happy you blocked that asshole.
I mean, you don't have to be fucking happy about it, but
Respectfully, just because it says it in a book, that doesn't mean it's true.
read the book. Again, it's like, I'm not saying you have to take anything I tell you to read and take it as fact. I'm telling you it will give you a new perspective. It's obviously an opinion-based book.
Also, God bless your grandmother. She seemed like a nice and funny lady.
Yeah, thank you. My great-grandmother was hilarious.
Name me 10 male geniuses without naming a Jew. Damn, see what I'm getting at.
I could do that. Without naming a Jew, name 10 male geniuses? Okay. Graham Bell, Stephen Hawking, Thomas Edison, Plato, Aristotle, Darwin, Galileo, Nikola Tesla, Da Vinci, Alan Turing. Did I name Isaac Newton? That's more than 10. Go fuck yourself. That's the most retarded example I've ever seen. Now name 10 female geniuses without Googling it, without looking it up.
Hamas is a proxy of Iran. Think of it as a mercenary group if they do something wrong by the country that hired them. For example, when Blackwater mercenaries were in Iraq and they killed 14 civilians, the US told them pack your bags and get out of there, because since the US hired them, it's their responsibility. So just help me understand the difference.
Israel funded Hamas. Israel funded Hamas. It's that fucking, look at the funding. Look at the funding. The money doesn't fucking lie. Israel funded Hamas. They're trying to kill their own creation. It's crazy. It's like when the US bitches about ISIS. It's like, we created it. We created it. I get they're hurting us, but we created it. At a point, blame us. When it comes to you guys, blame yourselves. You have no one but yourselves to blame for Hamas. Hamas was created and funded by Israel. Oh my. I don't know how many times I have to explain this to people for them to fucking understand it. that's all the comments we had. Like I said, we didn't have a ton of comments on the last episode, but I posted it so late, so I'm sure we'll get more comments today for the next one. But thank you guys for tuning in. Remember to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the show. Rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. Join our Telegram channel. Follow me on X. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube. Find me on all platforms, just in case I ever get deleted off one. Find me on all platforms. That way you could always still find the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for being fans of America Unfiltered. If you're a gooner, go fuck yourself. If you're an OnlyFans slut, repent to Jesus Christ. Let's get right with God. Let's get right with Christ. Let's fix this country. Let's take this country back. And if you can't stop yourself from engaging in the production or consumption of pornography, don't call yourself a part of the America First movement. Don't call yourself a Christian or a Catholic, and don't say that you're ready for this fight, because you are not. Master your mind before you master anything else. It's that fucking simple. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys again tomorrow on Wednesday. Thank you, and have a great night.